I built a thing, guys. It's a super simple DIY smoke generator tester. Perfect for checking your vehicle for vacuum leaks, exhaust leaks, or just making your garage smell like burnt baby oil. So I think I've got all of my parts laid out here on the workbench. Now, when I was looking at building my own smoke generator or smoke tester, I think one of the first videos that I saw was from Martin Builds. I'll link to his video up here. He does a really good job explaining how to build one of these things. He's really detailed about it. It's a really good video. Go check it out. And there's plenty of other ones out there. So I'm definitely not taking any credit for this. They've all made it look simple enough. So I just thought I'd give it a try and see just how simple it really is. So I'm going to put you on like an overhead view, and I can show you exactly everything that I've got laid out, and we'll get to putting this thing together. All right, so here's everything that I got. Now, just based on availability of parts, I've had to kind of change this up just a little bit. So I got this end cap, and then this is the clean out, I think it is. That'll glue in there, and then this will be the cap. And this will become the main body of my smoker. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this up. Now this is ABS, not PVC. Shouldn't really matter. Just make sure you get a glue that can be used. This is like an all-purpose. This is meant for ABS, PVC, CPVC, whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and lather this up. Make sure you do this in a well-ventilated area because I will probably be high by the time this is ready to go. Because this stuff stinks. And yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I should probably turn a fan on or something. Woo, this stuff is potent. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna get high here. All right, and then just slide these together. Let that set up. And then, like I said, I got the cap here. Screws on. And that will be my main body. Close this thing up, and I'm done with that. I don't need to huff any more of that stuff. All right, so now, let's see. Let's get the holes drilled. I got some different length, 1/4 Let me change one of those bolts. All right, so I'm going to drill some 1/4 holes directly apart from each other, and this is where the wire on the inside will connect to the wick, and then where your DC lines from your battery will plug into, and they'll actually come from the inside out, so you'll have studs on the outside. So let's get those holes drilled. Now, you don't want to go too low with them because you're going to have fluid in here, and I really want these to sit like above where the wick is going to be in there. So I'm going to drill these right below. That's going to get into the threads. I'm going to go right below the threads here. And yeah, just drill this 1/4 hole. Make sure your fingers aren't in the way. Then we'll just come directly across the other side, and you can use the little ribs here on this PVC or ABS pipe to get you located. We'll just come right across to this side. Right. There you go. I have different size eyelets there too. So like I said, these are going to come from the inside out. Once I'm ready to put everything together. The eyelets are for this mechanics wire. And I cut off, I ohmed it out. It's like 3 ohms, 2.83 ohms. It's probably 4 feet or so. That'll wrap around the wick. So for the wick, just want to take this, get it to where it fits down inside there. It doesn't need to be that high. I want it to be a lot lower, so I'm going to trim it. First of all, I'm going to mark where the bend is. just so I know about where to trim. I really only need about an inch down from there or so. So we'll go ahead and mark that off. Nothing really precise about this. It's just, you know, a guesstimate. Trim off the excess. And again, this will then go down inside there. Just like that. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this wire. Now we need to keep some of the wire available to wrap around to go into the eyelet, to go onto the bolt. So just going to leave some excess hanging off. And then we're just going to wrap this thing up. Now, you don't want your wire to touch each other. Each loop doesn't want to touch, otherwise it changes the resistance of the wire. It creates a short, more of a short than just bare wire already is. So we're just going to wrap this around here, trying to keep each individual loop from touching. So the hardest part so far is just keeping these coils of wire from touching each other. You want to try to keep them apart so you have more resistance in the wire, so that the wire just gets hot and doesn't like burn up. With that done, you can slide the wick down inside. I'm not worried about the wick like fraying or anything like that. That's just going to help it absorb what it needs to. Run the bolt through the eyelet and then through the hole. And then that creates the studs on the outside where your leads, where your wires will come off and go to your battery. All right. So with that done, now we can do the other holes for your air lines. So you need an input from a compressor, which is what this is for, and then an output to the hose, which will be your clear hose here going where the smoke will come out and go to whatever it is you're testing. That's what the barb is for. Now you could just use one of these and slide that over that, but I wanted to have a hose barb, so. But you can get a smaller one or get a larger hose that would fit over that instead. But so I will have to drill 2 different size holes for these because of that. So I wanted this one with the hose barb. So these are 2 different sizes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 1/4 inch bit that I use to drill those holes just to get a pilot hole. And then I'll get a unibit to make the holes larger. And then I'm going to make them just large enough that these will thread into the PVC. So let's get those holes drilled. These are going to have to be, again, like up here. Keep them high so they're not down in the fluid. So we'll come up high with them. And we'll get these holes drilled. I'm going to drill them basically 90 out from where these 2 are. course, I will have to probably run the bit, get the actual bit that fits in there, because it is a tapered hole right now. But let me get that. And there you go. That would be the right one. All right, so I'm gonna get a little creative here. I need like a 9/16 bit to get the correct size hole to tap for that air fitting. But my unit bit, obviously the outside is gonna be wider than the inside. So I'm gonna bring this in from the inside here, then come in this side, not like that, because it's not gonna work. All right, I'm gonna have to step that down. Be right back. Like I said, we're getting creative here. Now I should be able to run the tap all the way through. All right, now I am going to go ahead and just throw on some thread sealant. Probably not necessary, but now we got it all together. Can now do my power line. So I just got an old power cord here. I'm just gonna hack the ends off of. So this is an AC power cord, so I know it'll be able to take the current flowing through here. I don't care about it. So yeah, I need 2 more eyelets. I didn't plan for that. There she goes. Crimp these in place. I've got to plug into a battery. You can see maybe smoke coming off that. Which means it's heating up. Let's throw some fluid in there. Oh yeah, smell it burning. Let's see what happens. So people have used, you know, baby oil, glycerin, stuff like that. I'm going to try using this smoke machine fluid. So I'm going to pour this in here. I want to make sure it gets up to the point where the wick is in it. And I'm just going to soak the actual wick a little bit. Let's see what happens. So I've got my leads here. I'm going to plug them into the battery on the truck. See, it's smoking. And there we go. So now I should be able to run an air line in here, an air line out here, and blow smoke out to test for vacuum leaks, exhaust leaks, whatever I might need to look for. But yeah, it's smoking. Now other fluids might work better, like I said, baby oil or some other sort of oil might work better. But I had this laying here in the garage from trying to get a smoke machine working. But yeah, that's smoking. All right, so after some experimentation, here's what I found. First, I had to turn my compressor pressure way down. I even had to bypass my hose reel because I have an inline water separator that when the pressure gets too low, the spring opens and it drains. So I couldn't use it. I had to bypass it because I had to go that low on the pressure. Second thing I found was that liquid for smoke machines, no good. I think maybe the burn point might be a little too high and it doesn't get hot enough, that coil, so it doesn't smoke enough. I think part of that is because of the air coming across the coil with the compressor running. So I ended up replacing the fluid with some regular baby oil. And there's smoke. I mean, that pressure it's barely blowing anything, but the smoke coming out of there you go. So I can put that into a tailpipe and I can tape off my exhaust and I can look for exhaust leaks. I can also use this to find vacuum leaks in and around the engine. And as a bonus, like Martin Build says, the garage smells so much better using baby oil. Appreciate you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe, hit the bell. I'll catch you on the next one.